Hello, everyone, and welcome to the program. I'm Sean Kimbaloya, Channel Television's global headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria. We continue our countdown in expectation of the formation of a cabinet that will work in President Buhari's second term, and 25 days since President Buhari and his vice, Yemi Osinbajo, was sworn in for a second term in office. We at Channel Television are continuing with our countdown to the president's formation of a cabinet. The nation is waiting. In November this year, two states, one in the south-south region of the country and the other in the north-central region of the country, will be going to the polls to elect their governors. Kogi State and Bayelsa State. These two states are no easy states when it comes to the conduct of elections, history of violence and controversy, some of which have led to landmark court judgment and issues. Tonight, we shall be talking about Kogi State. The contest will not be easy. With the early signs that we're seeing, as the incumbent will battle to retain its seat, get the party's ticket, and also go to the polls to fight to retain its seat. Well, the opposition party, the PDP and others, say they are ready to give the APC a run for their money. In 2016, Captain Idris Wada was defeated by the APC. He was a sitting governor at the time. It was indeed an upset. This time, he wants to return to the Lugard House. That's what the people of Kogi State call the government house. We'll be looking at the contest, the politics, and series of issues. I'm now being joined by the former governor of Kogi State, Captain Idris Wada. Thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Let's begin by getting your view. Being a former governor, so you know your view on President Buhari's inauguration. 25 days, no cabinet yet.
Yes. Well, thank you very much for bringing me onto this program. President Buhari has been head of state of this country, and he has done his first term as president of the country. He's the man on the seat. He knows what to do. He knows what it takes. Having tried 4 years, he knows what he needs to do now to move on. Forming a cabinet in a multi-ethnic and multi-religious country like Nigeria is not easy. There are so many considerations. At the governor level, you are much lower than the president. But I know that you have to battle considerations of states, religions, gender issues, capacity issues. So I'm confident that President Buhari is taking his time to ensure that the cabinet he brings on board this time is more potent than the one.
That's a problem, isn't it? Time. That's what it doesn't look like Nigerians have. 6 months the last time. A lot of people are asking, will it get up to 6 months, considering the enormity of the issues on the ground?
No, I don't expect it to take up to 6 months, but you must give him time. He can't make a mistake again. It's critical. This is his last tenure under the present constitution. So I think let's allow him time. The man, he knows what the job takes, and he knows what he wants to leave behind as his legacy. Don't push him too hard. Just give him time. It's better to spend the time and bring out a potent cabinet than to hurry, and then all kinds of criticism and issues will arise by a cabinet that is not balanced and is not delivering.
Is it a matter of pushing too hard, or a matter of expectations of Nigerians who voted for him, and the fact that he won election in about February or March this year and was sworn in May?
Yeah.
A lot of people would say those are enough time to push your way through, to get the right people to work for you. Do you need more than that?
Yeah, it's fair expectation of people, and people voted him. They have a right to have expectations of him. But what I'm saying is, I don't think the time he has taken now is too long. Give him more time. Let him come out with a cabinet that satisfies his conscience and he believes will perform and deliver the objectives of his government.
Great. Your party increased the nomination fund for governorship, which we include that one you are eyeing. You have an ambition to become a governor again. Is it true?
By the grace of God, yes.
You want to return to Kogi State Government House?
I just decided about a couple of weeks ago, that I'll put my hat in the ring and run again for governor of Kogi State.
Why?
Because the state in which Kogi State is now is a disgrace for all of us.
Really?
And someone at my level, with my experience and what I've learned in the first term, we cannot sit idle and watch our state descend into ignominy the way it is now. I mean, Kogi is the talk of the town All stories are basically negative. We have a governor there who is not doing what he's supposed to. He abandoned all the projects I started, which I didn't complete, which is, I mean, it's
those are
right.
the allegations that you never were able to even launch any single project in your 4 years in office.
I did many.
I mean, because other allegations will be that you plunged the state into the crisis that the state is right now.
No. Listen, Sheung, when I came on board, I set up a think tank with 23 of some of the best brains we have in Kogi State. They produced a world-class blueprint of a transformation agenda for Kogi State over 10 years. My expectation was I would do 8 years, and any project you bring to 80% completion, your successor should not have the conscience to abandon. So my feeling is that if I spent 8 years and implemented the blueprint I developed for Kogi State will be one of the states to reckon with in Nigeria. But fortunately, that did not happen. And that's why I believe that if I go back for another 4 years, I will bring the state back on track along that blueprint for the state to become a sustainable and a solid state that people will reckon with in the affairs of Nigeria.
It is quite intriguing, isn't it? Because your people voted you out.
Yes.
Because some of them believe that you were not capable.
No.
Some of them believe that you failed them.
Let me correct you. I was not voted out. You knew what happened in that election.
What happened?
We were rigged out, and during the tribunal, we got permission of the tribunal to inspect the ballot papers. And we found ballot papers from Edo, from Kano, from Benue in Kogi election under the current electoral plan or organization of INEC. You know, we identified, and when we removed those counted, we were leading by 25,000 votes. But when it came to judgment at the tribunal and also all the way to Supreme Court, you know issues. This man did not register in Kogi State. This man did not vote in Kogi State. This man had no deputy. All these issues were, the laws were changed to accommodate the ruling party, unfortunately.
The late candidate at the time, are you saying you were more popular than him at the time?
I was more popular or as popular, let me say so, with all modesty. People saw what I was doing. Look at what's happening now. Now they are calling for me to come back. You are the one who can rescue us out of this mess we are in.
Those are what your supporters are saying.
That's what most Kogi citizens are saying.
But the supporters of the APC are saying they don't want the days of your time to come back. That's what the supporters of the APC are saying.
Well, you were talking about projects, all right? I completed a mega park, the largest motor park in West Africa, modern motor car with lounges, with mechanic bay, with, you know, hotel, all kinds of things we planned for there. Because of our strategic location, I wanted that people coming through will see Lokoja as a pleasant environment and may even consider living in that place. We completed that. We have a Koika, a vocational training center. It's the most modern in Nigeria. All right? We did it in conjunction with the Koika, which is Korea International Development Agency. Very modern, well-equipped vocational training center. It was commissioned. It's abandoned now. They are not using it. It was part of our youth development program. Look, I had a youth development program where young people were brought together in the NYC camp in Kaba. We trained them for 3 weeks, raised their morale. They come out, we attach them to various vocational programs, and we pay them 10,000 per month. After 12 months, we encourage them to save. Whatever amount you're able to save towards the vocation you are learning, the government will double it for you so that you can have a career. We did that. Over 12,000 graduated from that program. People who would normally be causing trouble on the streets, were able to bring them back to become useful citizens to our country. That's part of it. I started a university teaching hospital in our Kogi State University in Ayangba. It was going to be a center of excellence. It's been abandoned since I left. We have a diagnostic center, another center of excellence in Lokoja. All the equipment are there. We completed the civil building.
Yeah, you're talking about all of these,
yeah.
But you left several months of unpaid wages and salaries of workers.
Again, wrong. Let me tell you what happened.
Are you saying that you were not, your government were not?
My government was owing 2 months, and it was in agreement with the labor union.
What about the local government workers?
The local government is a tail of government on its own. That's what
they
people are confusing. No. They were paying percentages from 2011 till I left. Percentage.
It's under your administration.
Listen, but the money for the local government comes directly from the federation account to them. It doesn't come to me as government.
Not at the time.
At my time, I had 100% autonomy. Call any of the local government chairman. I did election. We had elected local government people.
The figures that I have of what you were owing workers is more than 2 months. What I have is at least 7 months of old
let me explain to you. I will show you the salary that we paid in Kogi State. I have the documents here. I will show it to you. As at around May 2015, the allocation that came was about 2.4 billion. Our salary bill in Kogi State at the time was 2.6 billion. Then you need 400 million to pay for pensioners, and about between 150 and 200 million as interest to ministries, tertiary institutions for them to function. So any month you don't have like 3.1, 3.2 billion as your allocation combined with IGR, you are in trouble in Kogi State. Local governments, they get money directly from the federation account. If a local government salary bill is 90 million per month, and the allocation that month is 70 million, how will he pay 100%? How much IGR do they generate? So when the allocation is lower than salary bill, what I encourage our local government chairman to do is pay whatever percentage you can. And that's what happened. So from 2011 to 2015, we were paying percentage salaries in the local government. Remember, it is a tier of government on its own. It's when, as state governor, you have extra money after paying your own obligations that you think of giving some kind of support to local government to pay salary. So my message to the local government chairman, give priority to payment of salaries, use SHOPE funds for projects, don't reduce from the allocation to do projects when you have not paid salary. So for me, salary was #1 priority.
Don't know what you were saying that the local government workers who were owed during your time, it was not your responsibility.
Directly.
They were Kogi workers then.
They were Kogi workers who were employed by the local government. It's a tier of government. I did not interfere in local government operation.
You could not do anything to salvage the situation because the local government are the local government of Kogi State.
Yes.
Under you as a governor.
Yes.
And those people will go home without money to feed their families, without money to run their homes.
That was my concern, and that's why I insisted. I called local government chairmen severally, admonished them, pay salaries. But they showed, I see the flow. How much did we get? We got 70 million. Our salary bill is 90 million. There's no way we can pay 100%. I'm struggling to pay the civil servants of the state. I need 2.6 billion per month. See the allocation, sometimes 2.4, 2.6, 2.8. It's like that.
But, the present government said it was trying to ensure that it look into the workers, the payroll, and it's trying to weed out those who are not working in the state, but are being paid salaries.
Yes.
Is that a good initiative for you?
It's a good initiative. I did the same. I have a report here I will show you. We did verification, staff verification in the local government system 3 times. We brought the staff numbers down. Here's the report. We brought the numbers down from 30,000 employees to 24,000 before I left office in order to address this challenge of non-payment of full salaries. Why did we apply for bailout? Because this problem is historic. Because this problem, there's very little we can do as a state until our own income is higher than what we need to pay salaries.
So since your own figures, Governor Wada, since your own figure and my figure, how much were the local governments being owed under you at the time before you left office?
Please.
The local government workers, how many months were they owed?
Get this right. In terms of being owed, they were not directly being owed months. What they were owed was short payment in terms of percentages.
But state workers, for example, how much were they owed under your government?
We applied for a bailout of 5.2 billion to cover that. 2 months. And I'm telling you that in May, the allocation was like 2.4 billion. We need 2.6 billion to pay salaries. So I called the labor people. I said, listen, look at what is happening this month. There's no way we can pay 100%. Let's pay level 1 to 6, 100%, level 7 to 17, 60%. Okay? The money that has come will cover that and leave a little for us to run the affairs of government. And the NLC man, Doka, go and ask him. The leader said, this is his first month as chairman of NLC in Kogi State. He cannot start his tenure with percentage payment. Because at the state level, please let me finish. Okay. Let me finish this one. He said he cannot look at his workers in the face that the first month he is chairman, we are paying percentage salary. That is to make it, that is to state clearly that before then, we had never paid percentage salary at the civils, at the state level, only at the local government. Okay? So we combined, I think, May and June to pay 1 month. We combined July and August to pay. That's how, at the end, we owed 2 months. And that's why we applied for bailout. Our forecast shows that by the end of our tenure, at least 2 months will be owed. And we applied for bailout. President Buhari, I'm grateful to him, he approved the bailout. But the politics of APC leaders blocked it at the central bank. So I didn't have the money because they claimed I was going to use the money for election. And I said no. I even went to the CBN governor 4 times. I appealed to him, look, if they are saying I'm going to use money to do election, I plead with you, appoint a director or high officials of CBN, go to Kogi State and pay the workers. Because we have a tabulation of people 2011.
So after your four interventions,
yes,
visits to the central bank governor,
yes,
that did not happen.
He promised me he will pay. By Tuesday, by Wednesday, you get it. I will go. Nothing will happen until I left office. So that's the reality.
How do you feel that you could not make that happen for the people, the workers of Kogi State?
I felt so bad. Because
you see, that you failed them?
I didn't fail them because I did 100% effort.
Oh, you could not. I mean, that's a failure in what sense?
No, it's not a failure.
Because you are owing them, they work.
The load is on the conscience of the APC leaders who blocked it at the CBN.
That's the allegation from the APC. That you were the one who you left a workforce that was being owed salaries.
No.
And that's where their problems came from.
If you are following what I'm telling
Absolutely,
you, this is real. This is the truth.
There's a problem that you met on the ground.
Yeah.
The issue that you're trying to solve.
Yeah.
But the APC is saying that was the genesis of their own problem when they assumed office.
Look, let me tell you. See, application for bailout funds is not for payment of current salaries. Why have they not paid for 38 months? Call the labor leaders to testify to what I'm telling you. They are supposed to pay current salaries on current allocation, but they are not paying. They are blaming it on bailout. Bailout was for historical problem. I addressed it by doing a thorough audit and tabulation of percentages that local governments were owing. 45.6 billion of that money was for payment of arrears of local government. Not in terms of months, but in terms of short payments. That's the issue you need to address. I care for the workers, and that's why I made sure whatever came was paid to them.
Governor Wada.
Thank you.
Kogi State is bordered by at least 4 states.
9. We have 9, including the FCT.
And it's a window to a lot of states. It's a passage.
Yes.
You're coming from the northern region of the country, from the southwestern region of the country.
Yes.
That seems to be a window where you pass through, even to the seat of power, Abuja.
Exactly.
There are 2 major roads linking out or in major roads. The Obajana Expressway, in a deplorable situation before you left office. The Lokoja-Abuja Expressway was a bad shape. You left office and you said that you did well. How would you, if those are major roads, in agreement to a whole lot of people who know Kogi State, would you describe doing well in that regard?
I did well because those are federal roads. I put pressure. Chief Onolomeme, Engineer Onolomeme, the former minister
of Works,
I put a lot of pressure on him. He's a friend. He became my friend because of the kind of pressure I put on behalf of Kogi State. And Alhaji Aliko Dangote, who has Dangote cement factory in Obajana, offered to do that road with cement. So concrete road all through to Kaba and beyond. And the contract arrangements were delayed at the Federal Ministry of Works. So again, I pressured the minister. Look, this Alhaji Aliko is ready to use his money to do this road for us. My people are crying for this road. Please expedite these processes. It has to do with Federal Minister of Finance because, again, he's not going to do the road for free. It's public road. And arrangements as to how they are going to defer his costs, maybe through taxation and all that, those are beyond me. All I can do is pressure the federal government. It's their road.
So for 4 years, we couldn't get that done.
We got to the point where the contract was almost signed before I left. And that's a major achievement because it's a unique thing in Nigeria for a company like Dangote to take on a road, will do it for you and defray the cost over some years. So, anything new takes time for people to have confidence in it. But I can tell you, it is going on now. And the current governor has nothing to do with the contract being implemented. That road, Alhaji Aliko Dangote's company Dangote Construction, has done about 60% of that road now. And as for the Abuja-Lokoja road, it was an ongoing federal government contract. I cannot interfere in a contract. It's a federal government contract. And contractors, if you don't pay them,
contracts that you engage in, they were federal contracts. But those are the reasons why the federal government is paying back some of the sums being used by state government to do
federal government awarded that contract directly to 4 different construction companies, different faces of the road, different lengths were given to 4 different companies, CGC, JB, and so on. They were given part of that road. It's a direct contract with federal government and these 4 companies.
But Governor Wada, I mean, those are federal roads that I mentioned.
Yes.
Aside the numerous and several bad portions of the inner roads in Kogi State, which are state roads.
Which roads? Tell me the road.
The Okene Road.
Okene Road is a federal road.
No, please, not all the portions of Okene Road are federal roads.
The ones that are internal, they are exit roads within Okene. Those ones, my government addressed some of them.
Okay.
It takes time.
Another very important issue for the people of Kogi State, and some of these things will come to their mind when you say you want to become governor again.
Yes.
Kogi State is being described as one of the dirtiest, Lokoja, for example, as one of the dirtiest cities of Nigeria at the time.
Yes. Well,
you see heaps of dumps everywhere. Even as you're getting out of Lokoja, there is on your right hand, you will see a heap of dump in Lokoja just on your exit.
Now or then?
Then at the time when you were in office.
No, I did a lot. We created the first major dump for refuse in Lokoja. See, these things have to be done in an environmental way. You don't just rush to go and pack dirt from somewhere. Where do you store them? Where do you keep them out of causing harm to the public? So we had to create dumps to ensure that these things are properly stored without doing harm to our citizens.
Let me take you perhaps to this very point. If you're saying you are coming back, what would you say was your achievement in the major achievement that you had when you were in the first?
One of the achievements that I will be proud of for the rest of my life was bringing the security or insecurity situation in Kogi State under control. I was able to eliminate thuggery. The kind of brick bandage going on now was not there during my time. My body language was clear. Anybody who breaks the law will be punished according to the law. People of Kogi were sleeping with their 2 eyes closed. They are not doing so now. That's a major thing because I think the first responsibility of government is security of lives and property, and then their welfare.
Well, in terms of works, in terms of infrastructure, you said you engaged in a lot, or you could not launch any of those.
I did. I launched several. I told you. We launched the Koika Vocational Training Center. We launched the Mega Park. We launched that. We commissioned zonal hospitals. We commissioned roads. There's Ofugo Road. There's Okura Road. There is Ida dualization, which was started by my predecessor. I completed, commissioned it. Ankpa dualization, I again started by my predecessor. I completed it. And one thing I did, my first year in office, I focused on completion of ongoing projects because Kogi people's money has been invested in those projects. So I wanted to complete them for them to derive the benefit.
And I'll ask you this question. The number of people that are coming on board, especially in the PDP,
yes.
People like Senator Dino Melaye, son to the former governor, your predecessor, a few others that then almost 40 people will understand want the ticket that you also want.
Yes.
You think you can get it?
By the grace of God, because I've done well. I have a story to tell, and if I have the opportunity again, I will do better.
You think you can defeat a Senator Dino Melaye at the primary?
Senator Dino is my friend. We are discussing.
But when
this is politics. Don't take anything for granted. We are discussing. We'll see how it goes. But I tell you, a man at my level will not enter a race unless you know your chances are very good.
Who is the best candidate for your party to face Yaya Bello if he gets a ticket?
My party should invest in Idris Wada because I'm an honest leader. I'm a committed leader. I'm a focused leader. I have a plan for Kogi State. Give me a chance to implement it. And in 4.5 years' time, call me back and you'll see that I delivered on the promises that I made to our people.
Should you lose out at the primaries, if you are unable to get a ticket,
yes,
would you seek alternative somewhere else?
No, never. PDP is my party.
If you don't get the ticket, you still stay?
It's not a do or die affair. Once the primary is free and fair, I will support the party. Whoever comes out, I'll support them to the end. I'm not a do or die person, but God has made me long before I became governor. In this country, you know my story in the aviation industry. So I'm not a desperate person. But the pressure and call on me to come and compete again this time is such that posterity will not forgive me. If I have a chance to bail Kogi State out of the mess we are in now, and I just sit idle and live my own quiet life, God may not forgive me for that. And that's why I'm throwing my heart.
Should you run? Should you get a ticket? Should you be named on the ballot? Yaya Bello, should his name be on the ballot too? Right. Do you think you're a match for him?
Definitely. Yaya Bello's trademark is violence. We have solutions to violence.
That's a very strong allegation.
But it is true.
Against the governor, the sitting governor of your state.
Ask the people of Kogi State.
You cannot give evidence.
Kept quiet for
Governor
so long.
Governor Wada,
yes.
You don't have evidence.
I have evidence.
Of his violence?
My cousin was killed. Somebody I paid his school fees.
But you don't have evidence that he killed him.
Look, go to Kogi State.
No. You're an elder statesman. Yeah. So when you make this allegation
ask other
against a
leaders
sitting governor
from Kogi, they will tell you. People are sleeping with one eye open now. That's what's going on.
You think that with the APC at the center, and Yaya Bello, sitting governor, you think you can beat the APC?
Look, APC leaders are already giving up on Yaya Bello, for God's sake. The honest ones. I mean, look at Jagaban, Bola Tinubu. He is saying unequivocally that this is a misplaced, this guy was wrongly selected. He's saying it. Leaders should stand and speak the truth to their people. Look, that government is lying to people. 5 months salary owed by my administration. No, sir. I have my records. It's clear. Let him check. The bank statements are there where we pay salaries. We paid. We only owe. You see, January allocation didn't come to me. So you can't tell me I didn't pay January. I was not in charge at that time. I left on 26th, 27th. He came in on 27th. And the allocation didn't come till 31st or so. So I can't be accused. I spent 48 months in Kogi. I received 157 billion. In my 4 years, 47 months, I received 157 billion. I used 130 billion out of 157 to pay salaries, pension, and subvention to ministries. That's what I did. So I only had 27 billion to run government and to do projects. And I did credible. I have a tabulation of projects I did. Right. So I can tell you that I acquitted myself. I'm not a noisemaker. I don't court publicity. I was brought up properly. And I didn't understand the lesson of politics. If you don't ring your bell, others will not ring for you. I'm a professional. I have a professional background. 35 years in the aviation industry. So we let our work speak for ourselves. We don't shout. And that's why people did not know about some of the things I did. But if I have the opportunity again, I will use the media properly and please.
I wish you well in your journey of wanting to come back. But I'll allow you go from Governor Wada. But the big question now is your party increase the cost for the fund by 15 million. Yes. Is that fair in the present state of our economy?
If in terms of fair, ask the leaders of the party. But I can tell you, I was as part of the caucus of the party. In fact, the Kogi State caucus passed a resolution that anybody who is serious, who wants to compete for governor, should pay a non-refundable deposit of 30 million naira. It was a resolution passed.
So it's all about money.
No, it's not about. It's about weeding out the unserious people. Let's not waste our time with people who are not serious.
If someone is serious but does not have money, he gets out.
If he's serious, well, you have to pass the test.
So because if you spend so much money, there's a way you are able to recoup it, isn't it? Harvest the money.
Well, I don't know about that. I've spent 4 years. Have I recouped anything? I'm a normal. My records are there. Go and check. Listen. The party, every party has their strategy on how to weed out weak candidates or candidates who want to waste people's time. But when the resolution got to the national level, the NWC said, no, we are not part of this.
All right.
30 million is too high. And that's how they came up with this 21 million. And I think it's fair because, we are an opposition party. The party has to raise money to prosecute the election. Whoever emerges, the party has a responsibility to support them, to run against the ruling party who are very wealthy. I mean, Yabelo has gotten 4 times more money than I got in my 4 years. And he hasn't finished his term.
All right.
Yeah.
Former Governor Idris, Captain Idris Wada,
yes.
It's a pleasure having you on the program tonight. And I wish you very well.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.